Welcome to the Speed Force, where we currently discuss everything about DC TV, Marvel, and supernatural related things. And these are the three categories that I would love to discuss with you guys. And we will be discussing Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, Flash, Supernatural, and the Marvel related things, stuff like that. And we will be discussing these on the channel. So, I hope you guys enjoy this, because we're talking a lot about history and everything else that relates to this and around it, correlates, whatever you call it. So, enjoy it. Welcome to the Speed Force, and more importantly, welcome to the CW shows of 2018. Enjoy it.
You're saying you're our daughter?
Yep, from the future.
Named Nora?
After your mother. Kinda stuck here now. Anybody know what to do?
My whole life's been out of order. Nora shouldn't be here.
Ugh, these computers are even slower than the ones at the Flash Museum.
Did you say Flash Museum?
Yeah, I've studied everything.
This man is hiding in the shadows.
You guys beat him. At least you were supposed to.
The timeline changed. We need to send her home.
But you guys have such a strong connection.
In the future, what happens to me?
What is that sound? Barry? Who's there?
I don't know.
If we don't stop this, Central City's gonna be a war zone.
I'm sorry. I guess things don't always go the way you plan them.
Well, in this trailer here, this contains a shot of Nora running around in the Speed lab where they tested Barry, Wally, and Jesse Speed and stuff like that. Then the next shot ends up cutting to, right after the end of season 4, but at the beginning of season 5, picks up right after. And he's basically asking Nora, wait, so you're from the future and you're our daughter who's named Nora. And Nora replies, after your mother. That means she was named after, Nora Allen, obviously. And she's working with Barry in the crime, not in the crime lab, but in the CSI lab where, after he got his job back and stuff like that, he has his job back, so now he's able to work there. And now Nora is stuck, and she's asking if people can help her travel back to her timeline, but the timeline changed, so she can't go back. And now he's checking in the CSI thing, wherever he's at, in order to go check for crime stuff, so he can go get it out and get some evidence. There have been murders lately. And the reason why I purposely reversed this image, this is actually reversed, is because there's math here. R equals R to the 7th power over 6m to the 2nd power, SEVEX something, in parentheses, whatever. No, STVCX something, or M or whatever. D something, O, then in parentheses XS, and then it has, I don't know how, but I'm able to remember this math because I'm learning this in my math class, because this is actually a graph, an elevation at the time it elevates, and then the ascension or descension of how high things go, so it goes straight up high. So there's something increasing, maybe murders they're trying to solve, I don't know. And she's like, and Nora is like, these computers are way slower than the ones that we have in the Flash Museum, and basically boop boop, that basically spoils the timeline. The Flash Museum is actually here. Museum, whatever. Museum. I keep saying it wrong, sorry. The Flash Museum is basically in the future, and Barry actually seems kind of worried here because wait, how do you get all these records of how long I've been the Flash? And that's what the face he has is. And Cisco's like, wait, you said Flash Museum? And then that's when Nora says, yes, I've studied every single thing. I've studied everything in the Flash Museum. And the thing is, Harrison Wells, or Sherlock Wells, he's saying this man, aka Cicada, is hiding in the shadows. It's Cicada, he's hiding in the shadows, obviously, spying on Team Flash, he's spying on metahumans, so he could, murder them for what happened to his family, blah, 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 blah. And basically what's happening here is that Nora explains that they beat him, or at least if they didn't, and they were supposed to. So they at least they were supposed to beat him, but I guess they lost in the future. Maybe and there's this metahuman in cuffs, and that bust that in that screenshot, and then you see Cicada clearly in the his room looking at the TV whilst Barry is narrating that, not necessarily narrating, but he's saying like the timeline has changed. We should send Nora home back to her time so we won't further damage the timeline. And the thing is here, sorry guys, I'm so sick. But yeah, you see him doing CSI work with Nora. I think they're either sneaking or they're just, able to just go in there and just, I don't really know, but Iris seems a bit jealous, but also she seems a bit heartbroken because her daughter's already distant from her. Maybe because she was probably rebelling against her for time travel. She wanted time travel to see her father, but she wasn't allowed to, so she probably just snuck out anyway. And yeah, you saw that picture when the screen she gives him a hug and stuff like that, and she's still looking at the picture that of that selfie Barry had taken from season 1. Good nods, good references, and Barry says in the future, what happens to me? Like where am I in the future? And it cuts to this shot here. It goes to this shot here when I think this is probably after they gave each other the hug or something, and uh they're gonna try to get her back to her timeline, but I guess she's unable to. So it's just like, yeah, I guess. And you can see Barry looking at the newspaper still, and it seems like there's nothing changed, but it seems like there is something, a big change in the timeline. Maybe that he's dead, or maybe that Iris is dead, or maybe that Cisco is dead. Anyone can die. And I'm not just saying this off of just, what people want. Heck no, I want everyone to stay, but it's just that any major character can die any second in the future. And then when Caitlin says, "What is that sound?" Like Barry's comms, Iris is saying, "Barry, what's that sound?" Barry's like, I don't know what the sound is." And then because he's in this suit, this is like a way better look of the suit as people criticized it in the past, but I really love the suit regardless. And you can clearly see a hole. If you guys don't see, you guys can clearly see a hole in Cisco's hand, and I guess he's been stabbed by the lightning shaped dagger. So yeah, this is freaking crazy. And he's out here alone because I guess he's being hunted down. So it's like he found Cicada, I guess, and decided to fight him. And you can clearly see Cecile catching Cicada with holding Joe hostage. But this shot here is with Gridlock, and he is gaining lightning or something. This reminds me of some Zoom stuff from season 2 and stuff like that. Captain Singh is saying, like, if we don't stop what's happening, if we don't stop these murders, it's going to become a war zone. And while he's saying that, Barry and Cisco are both outside, and I think they're in the forest, and they're probably looking at a plane, or looking at this plane that's crashing, or they're probably just looking at major disturbances in the sky or something. Anything could happen, and he's carrying the blanket for Jenna Marie West. He's carrying her blanket, and yeah, this is probably going to give him some flashbacks too. And when she super speeds to Barry, she's yelling "Dad!" like, because I think this has something to do with either him getting beat the heck up by Gridlock, or this is just him swimming as it put together. And the lightning bolt dagger obviously is gaining light is obviously absorbing electricity from the TV and stuff like that. I really love it. Good CGI and everything. And you can clearly see Joe tied up in some whatever string or rope thing that is and stuff like that. He's about to kill him, or it seems like it. But Barry is using his flash ring to turn into the Flash, and what he does is going to get into that new season 5 suit that we've all been waiting to see, or most of us anyway. But Killer Frost Killer Frost or smaller Killer Frost breaks the mirror, as we saw from the flashbacks in season 4, and Barry is trying to grab someone before they fall, because I guess Cicada tried to murder them, and I guess he had, I guess the Flash had saved them or something. He basically had touched them, and he's holding his lightning bolt dagger. Cicada, he was just holding his lightning bolt dagger, and Barry is crying and stuff like that. He's crying because she's like, I'm sorry, things don't go the way you planned them. I guess that maybe like after they had, Nora, I guess he dies, or Iris dies, or someone could have died, and everyone's highest point here was Barry, like it is from the comics. So it's actually pretty sad, simply because Nora had grown up without a father and stuff like that. It's actually really, really sad, because she never got a chance to know her father, and she probably had to deal with, Iris telling her not to travel back in time, but she did anyway, so that's why I guess that she's so distant from Iris. But otherwise, please tell me what your theories are down below. If you have your own theories to throw out there or tell me, then please put them down in the comments, because I'm so aching to see how Gridlock works, since it's lightning, how he's, how the lightning circling around him. It reminds me of Zoom, pretty much. And I can't wait to see Barry back in the season 2 uniform. Like, he's gonna be back in a lot of past season uniforms. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see it, and it's just gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be some of the best feats I've ever seen for Barry Allen and Nora and Cisco and everybody else, and I think this may actually be like a combination of episode 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, guys, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in Flash season 5. So like, comment, subscribe, LCS spread the word, and please, drop a like rating and comment if you enjoyed it, and feel free to subscribe if you are new. So I'll be seeing you guys later. I do enjoy making all this content. I really do. Thank you guys for supporting me all throughout this entire year, from 2017 to July the 8th to, all the way from now and forever, man. I do enjoy making content for you guys, and if you are new, like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoy it. Sorry guys, I'm kind of sick, so I'm still stuttering already, but just don't mind that. It's just, I get a bit of anxiety and anguish when it comes to this kind of stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I do Marvel, DC, horror related things based on supernatural, and feel free to watch those videos, like, comment, subscribe. I gotta go. See you guys later, man. I'm sick. Peace, everyone.